Somebody thought, oh, Richie DeMasso's gonna stay in the office. I'm outside on the field. I got people working for me. My ideas. I'm running the show. I'm the quarterback, and I'm not gonna settle.
It's not for me to say.
He wasn't necessarily in good shape, and he had this comb-over that was rather elaborate. He had this confidence that drew me to him.
My father, he taught me to believe that all people are good and to be good to all people.
Life is ridiculous. And you know that I would never say anything bad about your father in front of you, but your father is a sick son of a bitch.
Daddy's a sick son of a bitch?
Don't repeat that. But yes.
American Hustle is one of the best films of the year. What's it about?
It's about a group of people trying to live their dream and reinvent themselves in kind of almost what I consider a little bit of an opera. More specifically, it's about two con artists who are very much in love, Christian Bale and Amy Adams, who are captured and made to work for the government. And Bradley Cooper, they become his accomplices in trying to catch other criminals, which creates an even larger opera.
Christian, this is probably one of the greatest characters to come along in a long while. Rezzo, Rizzo, Gordon Gekko.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful thing to say.
Where did you find Irving?
Well, you know, I mean, there's a real gentleman called Mel Weinberg, and Irving is very loosely based upon him. You know, the entire film is loosely based upon the ab scandal, and Mel was hired by the FBI to teach them how to con, you know. And so it was originally written as a historical drama by Eric Singer. David sent me that script. He said, you like it? I said, yeah, there's really something here. We walked around my garden. We talked about the characters, about the reinvention, the dreams for a better life, how we can all understand that. David said, great, got good ideas. I'm going to go away, write it. He did a page one rewrite. He came back with like a 160-page script. Absolutely nothing was the same as the Eric Singer script whatsoever. And in the meantime, I started looking at DVDs of Mel Weinberg, and then I met with him. I spent a couple of days with Mel. And the thing for me was that I absolutely expected to see some very vain, slick, your cliched idea of what a con artist would be, and Mel is not that in the slightest. You know, he's got the ball, he's comb over, he's got these shades. My nickname was the Badger on the film set. That's what Mel looks like. Very rotund. And I went, that's got to be it. That is it. That is fantastic. You know, it goes against everything you'd think. I mean, you know, he's meant to be the best con artist alive, but what's he doing with this comb over? Who's that conning? You know what I mean? There's these great contradictions that you can find and you just got to take advantage of.
This Rembrandt here, people come from all over the world to see this.
Yeah, he's good, yeah.
It's a fake.
What are we talking about? It's impossible.
People believe what they want to believe. Because the guy who made this was so good that it's real to everybody. And who's the master? The painter or the forger?
The hair. You're credited with kind of coming up with the curly hair idea, which I think is actually really important as a counterpoint in the film. Why did you feel like he had to have curly hair?
I mean, it was really the creation. It came out of a couple things. One was we talked about trying to make me maybe unrecognizable in the movie. So how would we do that? And then we also wanted to create a character that wasn't just sort of the straightforward FBI foil, you know, the antagonist, but somebody that hopefully would almost be as colorful as Irving and as rich in texture as the other characters. And I was watching footage of Anthony Amoroso doing a piece to camera, which you can watch on YouTube actually, from Abscam, and it looked like he had curly hair. And I called Dave and said, "What if he's got curly hair?" And he said, "Yeah, let's try that." So he's like, so I got a hold of a couple of wigs, and we tried it on. And then there was one shot that he really liked, and he thought, but it still looked a little bit like the Three Stooges a bit. And then so he said, "Why don't you try to curl your hair?" And so we did one day curl it and film it, and we thought that was it. The minute it was, I couldn't believe it, and we thought, there's Richie.
You have a very contentious relationship with Richie, obviously.
Yeah, yep.
Is that because he sees in him, you know, is this very good-looking guy and...
Well, certainly I wanted to create some sort of resentment. Like, I mean, Bradley is taller than me anyway, but I said, you know, I want to have the flattest shoes possible. If Bradley would go for it, if he can even make himself a bit taller. And I was slouching, and with my weight, I was trying to make it that, you know, there was that extra resentment of the physicality as well. But no, Irv would never say that the two are similar at all, because because Irv really, truly at heart is a real romantic, you know? And he is looking for some truth, you know? He'll go through many lies to get to that truth, but he's ultimately coming from a very understandable place where he say, hey, he was born to nothing and he just wants to make something of his life. Whereas he would look at Richie and say, no, you are trying to destroy people's lives. You're going out of your way. You're getting a thrill out of that. And I think Irv would never say he got a thrill out of that.
We were so successful for so long because we kept it just small enough.
If you're that successful, how come you wound up in this room with me right now, taking orders from me?
What I like is the moments in the movie, for instance, and I love the trifecta between camera movement, performance, emotion, and music. That, to me, is what I live for. So when Ella Fitzgerald comes on, as Amy's singing It's the Lovely, as Amy's on the phone in her curlers, with Bradley Cooper on the phone in curlers, that's a real moment where they both are wishing and maybe dreaming that maybe it could be real. Maybe they could be in love. Maybe their lives at present are not the happiest and they do need to be together. And that's romantic, that's real. I mean, what interested me in the story is not just fakery. I don't believe in cynicism. I believe in the more sincere heart part that's in everybody in the movie.
Oh, no, I said we shouldn't do any of it, Irving. You know I said that. So now I support Richie. He's got vision. Do it heavy or don't do it.
There's a part of her that likes to believe that she could be one of the good guys, you know? That she could change and be the person who would be with Richie. I think she has a very slippery grasp on her identity. No, I really do. I think it's something she struggles with, you know? Because she's constantly trying to reinvent herself, and she's not actually on a journey to self, per se. It's just constantly reinvention as opposed to looking inside. She's constantly looking for others to validate.
But what's a favorite quote from the movie?
One of the things that I improvised, and I'm saying it in quotes because people think that it comes out of my mind, it just came out of my research, definitely when he's talking about Jesus, and that was really Mel. Mel was talking about Jesus, and he was talking about, you know, sort of do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and then he also said, and always take a favor over money. I think Jesus said that as well, and he said it without any irony or sense of humor, and I just say it just tickled me no end, and we put that in the film.
I believe that you should treat people the way that you want to be treated. Didn't Jesus say that or something? Amen. And I think also, always take a favor over money. I think Jesus said that as well.
I don't know if he said the second one, but he might have said the first one.
American Hustle opens in select theaters December 13th and nationwide December 20th. To get local movie showtimes and to buy tickets, go to our mobile apps or visit imdb.com/showtimes.